3, 2, 1. Welcome to The Peaceful Truth, the podcast where we talk about everything from women empowerment, feminism, and everything in between. You're joined by your co-hosts, Megan Hoharts and
Kenzie Meekbeck.
Hello, another episode.
Another epi.
So this one is probably a little more intense in nature.
It is, but it's a shorter one, but it's important. We don't want to scare you off. We think that all sexes should be educated on this topic.
So we're going to talk about consent and what that means.
Consent during sex. Safe sex is great sex.
Where did you get that from? That was awesome.
A Lil Wayne song.
He says that?
He goes, safe sex is great sex. Better wear a latex.
That is good.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne is promoting condoms.
I mean, I don't know. Don't you have a Lil Wayne story? Didn't you? Like your friend of a friend?
Yeah, like 5 million people removed from me.
Yeah, but can you tell the story? Are you allowed to?
I don't think I'm allowed to.
Oh, shoot. Okay, never mind. I won't put you on the spot anymore. But no, Lil Wayne. Yeah, Lil Wayne did say that.
Perfect.
Thanks, Lil Wayne. Who knew we would bring Lil Wayne into a feminist podcast? But consent. So just as a heads up, this can happen to men as well. But we are more geared toward women podcasts, but I think that both men and women should hear this. And women, keep in mind that men need to consent to your sexual activities as well.
Yes, both ways.
Both ways. So why is it so important? I mean, beyond criminal implications, just think about who you're impacting, because it's several lifelong emotional damage that can occur from this. So a lot of my information I got from RAINN.org. This stands for Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network. So the definition of consent is it's an agreement between participants to engage in a sexual activity. However, there are many different ways to give consent, but it's all about communication. And just because something has happened before doesn't mean you can continue to do it in the future or expect sex or sexual activity in the future, even by the way someone dresses. So, yeah, like, you know what I mean? You can't.
Yeah, you got to ask multiple times. You can't just assume yes means the blanket for the rest of your life.
And just because you're in a relationship with somebody doesn't mean that you can have sex with them at any time.
I'm curious how I feel like right now our world is driven by phones. And so I'm curious how like sexy pictures play into this. Like somebody sending us pictures of their penises. Like I didn't consent to receiving that. So does it play into that too?
Probably. Yeah. Like I've been on the dating apps and unfortunately I've been a victim of unconsensual visuals of penises. But yeah.
So it should say, hey, do you want to see a picture of blank? And then if they're like, yes.
Or I've just had I don't use Snapchat for this person, or for this reason. I just have fun with it. But like one guy once I got his number, he kept sending me like pictures and I was like, and we were dating, but I didn't want them. I was like, can you not send those please?
On Snapchat?
Yeah.
Did you tell him stop?
I would and I should have, but I would kind of be like, that's funny, like penis pictures are weird. And he was like, and he'd be like, I know, they're crazy. And I'd be like, then why are you sending me them? He would like agree with me that it was awful. And I would like, stop sending me them.
So it's not just physical touch. It's also applies to pictures as well.
Yeah, for sure. And remember, someone can change their mind at any point in time during this activity. But try, if you are the person that has changed your mind, try to let them know that you have changed your mind, you know. But it's still not your fault. Positive. So here's positive ways of communicating whether you're okay with it. You can constantly ask someone if this is okay, or explicitly just saying, yes, this is okay. Physical cues to let them know you are very comfortable with it, but obvious physical clues. And what is the negative way of doing it? So someone not acknowledging someone else saying no, assuming that flirting or kissing is an open invite, being under the legal age. Anything under the legal age, even if they are consenting, is unconsensual. And incapacitated or under the influence and pressuring someone.
All common sense, yet it's still a big deal because some people think it's not common sense.
Exactly. So what are some different impacts that it can have on someone afterward? There can be depression. There can be flashbacks. There can be post-traumatic stress, which can result in self-harm. There's also STIs that could be in it, pregnancy, substance abuse, disassociation. So you like disassociate yourself with the event and different things.
And also probably, I also think that a common one would be that you feel like it's your fault.
Yeah, and it's not
taking the
your
blame.
fault. It's definitely not your fault no matter what. Even if you were under the influence, the way you dressed, you kissed them, not your fault. They should have asked for consent. And all men should just know to now like educate yourself and moving like forward, always find a way and make sure you're getting consent. So eating disorders and sleeping can also be impacted, so they can get eating disorders and even thoughts of suicide. Again, people aren't capable if they are minor, incapacitated, or bullied into it.
Is a minor 18?
18 and under, yeah. But I think there are certain states, and don't quote me on this, and you should look it up if you're in this situation and if you're even a question pops into your mind whether it's legal. But like even if they're like some, like I think in Texas within 3 years of 18, and if they're within 3 years of like 18 themselves, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure.
Do your research before it's too late.
Yes, exactly. So what to do if you are sexually assaulted though? Planned Parenthood, these are tips from Planned Parenthood. Immediately know it's not your fault. Again, make sure you're safe in a safe area after it's occurred. Do not change your appearance. Go to the bathroom, eat, comb or wash parts of your body, because all of this is evidence if you plan on going to the police about it. All of this is evidence. So try, if you do decide to go to the police as soon as possible, and go to the hospital right away for a rape kit. And get STD tested and consider taking the morning after pill as well. So find support and seek your own resources if this does happen to you.
I think from last week's episode, we heard of a woman who didn't want to tell her parents, didn't want to go to the authorities for a couple of years. And I think that it's a difficult thing because I know that you feel like it's your fault. You're embarrassed what happened. You're saying, what did I do wrong? Why did this happen to me? And so I think the more that we talk about it and address the issues, hopefully the better it will become, and more is acceptable the right word? Acceptable it is to tell authorities and tell your parents.
Yeah, definitely. I think that it's scary and you have to be brave to go. I can't imagine or empathize because I haven't been raped before. But being like in that scenario, I can't imagine what it's like, but I would encourage you to go to the police. Personally, I know you're not supposed to like tell someone what to do, but it might prevent other women from it happening. So what should you do if someone you know is assaulted? So encourage them to get help. Make sure encourage them to get help and don't pressure them. It is up to them to report it. But yeah. Any other thoughts?
I think that it's an issue that's kind of at the forefront of our minds right now with the Me Too movement. And I know that I feel like that this is going to start being like similar to how sex ed is in high school. You know, we go to the sex ed class, like getting consent should be part of the sex ed education.
Every time. And I think, yes, the schools do teach it, but I think all parents should teach men and their boys and daughters or sons and daughters all about this, you know, especially from an early age, and really say consent.
Talk about the birds and the bees, give the facts what happens, and then the other fact is that you need to get consent.
Yep. Okay. All right, ladies. Well, or fellas too, if you tuned into this one, I hope you did. We love you. Do you have a positive?
My positive is that it is almost the summertime.
I am so excited.
We're getting through right now. It's raining like crazy.
Ugh.
The other day, it was so gray outside that I couldn't even see the building next door to me.
Did you see that little bit of a mudslide that happened on the way here?
No.
Underneath the highway when you turned underneath?
Oh, well, I thought it was just construction.
No, if you looked up, all of the mud had fallen. But yeah, my positive this week is I'm working on a side hustle that I'm really enjoying.
Perfect.
Love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.